close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Daniel Bailey TV. The transfer window is open and I am back with the content as promised. The transfer window opened today and I'm gonna, in this video, give a general overview of the ingoings and the outgoings and possible incomings over the summer. But before I do that, I want to remind you all to hit that like button. It's so important. Hit that subscribe button. It's also so important. And let's get into today's show. I'm going to start with the outgoings because there's been a lot already happening. Lacazette has left the club. He has joined Lyon after 5 years at Arsenal. He left Lyon to join us back in 2016. I believe it was 2016. It might have been 2017. But he left Lyon to join us. How do you guys feel about Lacazette's time at Arsenal? Because I'm mixed, if I'm being honest. I think that when we signed him, he came with a lot of promise. You know, I think when we signed him, he'd scored 36 goals that previous season. And when we signed him, he came with a big reputation. Didn't quite live up to the hype, did he, Lacazette? He didn't quite do it, did he? He didn't hit the heights that we all expected. He had that one good season under Unai Emery where Unai Emery tried to sort of put him closer to Aubameyang and play the two up top with Aubameyang and Lacazette. That worked out. That was really good. I think that season he scored 19, 20 goals in all competitions that season. But if I'm being honest, he hasn't really hit the heights. This season, he scored 4 goals. That is appalling for a striker, especially a striker at Arsenal and especially a striker of Lacazette's caliber. 4 goals this season. That is appalling. So genuinely, I'm looking at it is that Lacazette has been a failure. You know, we all dubbed him lack of threat, and I think that's the way it's been, certainly this season. Let me know what you feel on Lacazette. How do you feel his time has gone at Arsenal? But he has left the club. He's joined Lyon. There have been a few other players that have releases that have left the club. None of, from what I can gather, I think there's been a few under 23s that have left the club. I haven't really delved into it too much. I just picked out Lacazette to talk about in this video. And Nketiah is down on the list of players to be released, although it's set that he's going to be signing that new contract that he's been offered of £100,000 a week. How do you guys feel about that? Because I've got to be honest, Eddie Nketiah, do you know what? You guys know my thoughts on Eddie Nketiah. You guys know that I am not Eddie Nketiah's biggest fan. And I think this is a disaster. I don't think giving him £100,000 a week is warranted. What has he done to warrant £100,000 a week? Scoring 5 goals towards the end of the season. Because he's done nothing. Absolutely nothing. And we're falling into that trap again, aren't we? Of players doing well, papering over cracks, and then we're offering them a new deal, and then next season he's not going to hit anywhere near the level that he needs to get. And I feel that that's where we're at with Eddie Nketiah. I feel that we're going to offer him this new deal. He's going to accept it. And he's going to come in next season and he's just going to flop. And that's how I see this deal for Eddie Nketiah. Arteta loves Eddie Nketiah. I don't know what Arteta sees in Eddie Nketiah. I think he's just a shit player that Arteta has got it in his mind that he's overhyped. I don't want Eddie Nketiah anywhere near the first team, but he obviously is. He's going to play a role. More than likely, he's going to play the Europa League games, but I don't want Eddie Nketiah anywhere near this side. And for whatever reason, Arteta loves this guy. And a bit like Granit Xhaka, where we gave him a new deal, this is going to be a similar situation. Let me know in the comment section below what you feel about Eddie Nketiah's new deal. Like I said at the start of the show, I'm just going to do a general overview of the rumours that we've been linked with, the players that have gone out. I'm going to go into more detail as the transfer window progresses, but in this video, it's just going to be a general overview. The reason as well why I haven't done any transfer videos before is because there's no point, because in my heart of hearts, I knew that Arsenal wouldn't be signing anybody. It'd just be rumours. But now that the window is opened, I'm going to do these daily updates. So yeah, a few other players went out. I can't remember. There was a big list and I can't remember the players that were on that list. So I've just picked out Alexander Lacazette and Eddie Nketiah, which was probably the most that had the most impact on the first team. Obviously, there's other players like Bellerin, who was at Real Betis. He could at the moment he's coming back to Arsenal, but obviously Real Betis want to keep him. Personally, I think we should let Bellerin go, but obviously there's a thing that Real Betis can't afford his wages, and for him to go to Real Betis, he's going to have to take a huge pay cut. So that's still yet to be decided. Obviously, there's other players like Lucas Torreira. His future's to be decided. Guendouzi, his future looks like that he's going to go to Marseille, I think, for 9 million. That's set to be completed. I think that's already been completed, actually. I have to go and check. But yeah, Guendouzi looks like he's leaving the club. He's going to join Marseille. So that looks like to be sorted. Then there's obviously other players like Ainsley Maitland-Niles. I'll tell you what, Ainsley Maitland-Niles is a very interesting one for me, because he's the kind of player that Arsenal could use next season in the Europa League. Maybe not long term, but he's the kind of player that Arteta could use, especially in those Europa League games. How do you feel about Maitland-Niles? Let me know in the comments section. Would you keep Sorry, I'll start that again. Would you keep Ainsley Maitland-Niles for another season, or would you let him go? Because I'm sort of, me personally, I would let him go, but I think it could be one of those players that does come back and plays a role in the Europa League games. Let's go on to incomings, because we all want to talk about incomings, don't we? And obviously there's been none at the moment, but let's start with William Saliba. Now he's going to be coming back to Arsenal. The talk is, and he's even come out himself and said that he's coming back to Arsenal and that he's got a point to prove at Arsenal. So that is brilliant news. William Saliba coming back. I actually want to see William Saliba in an Arsenal shirt next season, and I want to see him being given some consistent game time, because at the moment we've not seen him kick a ball for Arsenal. He had a successful loan spell at Marseille last season, done really well, broke his way into the French squad. So I want to see William Saliba come back, and all the noises are that he's going to come back, and all the noises are as well that we're going to offer him a new contract. Whether he accepts that contract is going to be a different story. But I am thrilled that William Saliba is coming back to Arsenal, because I want to see him play for Arsenal. I want to see what he has to bring to the table. So that is great news. Let me know in the comments section below what you guys think of William Saliba. It wouldn't be a video, it wouldn't be a transfer video if I didn't talk about Gabriel Jesus. Now, we have been heavily linked to Gabriel Jesus. Mixed reports over the week since the seasons have ended. Some reports suggesting that we're really close to signing Gabriel Jesus. Other reports suggesting that, you know, other teams are in from, like Real Madrid and Chelsea. Other reports suggesting that we're not close to signing Jesus. Me personally, I think this is going to be one of those transfers where the Gabriel Jesus is going to be one of them ongoing sagas. So remember, a couple of seasons ago it was Thomas Partey, and we ended up signing him right at the very end. I think we're going to be looking at a similar situation with Gabriel Jesus. I think this is going to be one of them that rumbles on and on and on and on. And then by the end of the transfer window, we're just going to be sick of talking about Gabriel Jesus. From a personal point of view, would I have him at Arsenal? Absolutely. I think he's going to be a quality player. And I think he is a quality player. He's a proven winner. I actually like this signing. I would definitely fully get behind this signing. I do actually think, though, that we need another striker as well. I think we need Gabriel Jesus and another one. And obviously, it's going to be Eddie Nketiah. But I think, yeah, we need to buy in 2 strikers. But the likelihood is that we're going to buy in 1. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a case of waiting to see what happens with Gabriel Jesus. Other strikers that we have been linked with, obviously, I'm going to delve into these in a bit more depth over the coming transfer videos. This is just a general overview. But other strikers that we have been linked with, Victor Osimhen, I would love to see him at Arsenal as well. Is this deal likely to happen? Well, Edu has met with Victor Osimhen's agent. They've had talks. But realistically, guys, I'm going to be brutally honest. I don't think there's any chance of us signing Victor Osimhen. No, Napoli are in the Champions League. They don't have to sell. The owner of Napoli is a very hard negotiator. So if we're going to get this deal done, we're going to have to pay about 80 million, 85 to 100 million euros. Is Arsenal going to do that? Probably not. When you look at the reports surrounding Gabriel Jesus, the reports that Man City want 55 million and Arsenal want to pay 10 million less than that 55 million evaluation. So if they're not prepared to meet Man City's demands for Gabriel Jesus, it's highly unlikely that they're going to meet Napoli's demands for Victor Osimhen. It just makes no logical sense. Now, in an ideal scenario, I would take Gabriel Jesus and Victor Osimhen, but that's in dreamland. I don't think that's ever going to happen. So yeah, I think this deal is highly unlikely, guys. So I wouldn't get excited about this deal. Wouldn't get excited at all. I don't think Victor Osimhen is going to come to Arsenal, however much we'd like him to. Let me know what you think. Do you think Victor Osimhen could come to Arsenal? And do you think Arsenal got a chance of signing Victor Osimhen? Other players that we have been linked with is Yuri Thielemann. Yuri Thielemann is the midfield option that we're heavily linked with and that we are looking at. I actually think this is a deal that will get done first. I actually think that come July, Yuri Thielemann will be an Arsenal player. Now, he said previously that he would like to play Champions League football, but if you read a lot of the reports out there, they are suggesting that he has softened his stance and that he's willing to join Arsenal. I actually think it's probably a combination of we're probably the only club in for him. A lot of the other clubs have pulled out of the race. And like I said just a minute ago, expect Yuri Thielemann to become an Arsenal player. I've just been talking about Victor Osimhen, which is why I've got him in my head. But yeah, I'd love to see Victor Osimhen as an Arsenal player too. But definitely Yuri Thielemann, I think, will be an Arsenal player by July. Other midfielders who have been bandied around, Yves Bissouma. Now, I don't think there's any legs to this whatsoever. I think it's going to be Yves Bissouma or Yuri Thielemann, and from all the reports, it's going to be Yuri Thielemann. Now, I think the Yves Bissouma rumours are more to do with the fan base wanting Yves Bissouma. I don't think there's anything in there. Although, having said that, Fabrizio Romano done a show today. I can't remember what platform he'd done it from. I did research this before I started recording this video, and I can't remember. But he was saying that Arsenal have been tracking Yves Bissouma, but it's highly unlikely that Yves Bissouma will come to Arsenal. I think it's more likely going to be Yuri Thielemann. And from what Fabrizio Romano said, I think it is going to be Yuri Thielemann. But let me know, who would you take? Who would you rather? Yves Bissouma or Yuri Thielemann? Listen, guys, that is it for today's transfer window. Oh, actually, no, it isn't. No, it isn't. There's one piece of news that I haven't mentioned. We have actually signed a player, and that is the Brazilian Marquinhos from Sao Paulo. So, yeah, we have signed Marquinhos from Sao Paulo for 3 million euros. Let me know what you think of that. He has joined on a 5-year deal from Sao Paulo. But yeah, let me know what you think of that deal. And yeah, all the reports are suggesting on this one that he's going to go into the under-23s. I don't think this is one for the first team. I've listened to well-respected journalists like Charles Watts and Fabrizio Romano, and then guys at The Athletic. And from what they're saying is that he's going into the under-23s. It is very much one for the future. But let me know what you think about Marquinhos as well. Well, that's it for today's video, guys. Like I said, this was just a general overview. I'm going to go in depth and on each of these stories. Obviously, the Gabriel Jesus one is going to rumble on again. Yuri Thielemann, although I do think that will get wrapped up soon. And then other players that we have been linked with. But yeah, I'm going to go in depth. This was just a general overview, just to kick off the window, just to kick off the opening of the window. So just little bite-sized bits of information. Let me know what you think. I will be back tomorrow with another daily transfer update. So leave it all down there in the comments below what you think about what I've talked about today. And please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. And I will catch you guys tomorrow. Take care, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I'll see you tomorrow.